Welcome back to Kingdom Cast. This your host, Good Luck Chuck. We back at it with another episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share all your social media platforms. When you hit the notification bell, click select all to receive all notifications. All right, we back at it, people. It's Bronco week, Donkey week, whatever you want to call it. This version of Bronco week, it's a little different. You know, many people thought the Broncos would contend in the AFC West or even contend in the AFC, and it has not gone well for them at all. I mean, defense playing lights out, but their offense, woo, historically bad, man. But before we get into all that, let's introduce the panel here. My guy Boogie's on the top right, our homegirl Kylie's on the bottom right, and we bring on our special guest. He's a contributor for Arrowhead Pride, and he also co-hosts a podcast called the Kingdom Keys Pod. I'd like to welcome Maurice Elston, aka Reese Nichols. How you doing,
What's
man?
up? What's up, man? Thank y'all for having me on the Kingdom Cast, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's great to have you, man. Great to have you, man. Now that we passed last week's tough loss, man, let's ask about you real quick, Reese, man. First of all, how long you have you been contributing to Arrowhead Pride, and how long you been doing your podcast personally?
Man, so the podcast is part of Arrowhead Pride too. It's a new podcast that the Kingdom Key, something they had just brought on and reached out to me and a couple of guys off of Arrowhead Pride and asked us to jump it off. So yeah, so that's part of that too. Far as Arrowhead Pride, I've been rocking with them since about September. So it was like after the second game of the season and everything brought me on there. I was writing with another guy called the Read Option before that. And then got on with Arrowhead Pride. So man, just been rocking with them since about the beginning of the season, really.
Cool, that's what's up, man. And
Yeah,
then
man.
uh, basically, I'm gonna guess you've been a Chiefs fan all your life.
Oh yeah, man. Season ticket holder, man, for years. Yeah, all my life, man. My daddy been a Chiefs fan when I was born, and it just ran down in the blood. So yeah, I'm out there every game, and whether the good, the bad, the snow, the rain, like I'd have been in it, man. Been in the trenches with them. So I
How many
appreciate these last 10 years because I know what it was like.
how many years you been a season ticket
That's
holder, Reese?
right.
Man, probably a good like 15 years now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, my pops and all
Committed.
kind of
I
had
like
him
that.
hit his whole life, and then he just started taking me and my bro out there, so we've been rocking all together, man.
That's dope. I'm 10 years in, man. I'm trying to catch up.
Hey, yeah, man, keep going, man. It's a crazy atmosphere, man. I
Oh
wouldn't have
yeah.
it no other way.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, still one of the best. Actually, the best tailgate in the National Football League. Still one of the best environments in general to watch the NFL game. So
Yeah, I'd have been to other stadiums, and they don't tailgate nothing like what we do.
Nah.
yeah,
It
we're
ain't
that.
even it ain't even close.
Yeah, we're them guys and them girls. So yeah.
Yep.
Let's go and get to it, man. First off, let's go ahead and start with today's practice report. Seeing that everybody is back healthy, basically. Besides the people that's on IR. I see that Kadarius Toney, he's back practicing. Seeing Joe Tooney's back practicing. And I mentioned on the show that, I would have loved to have Tony, last week, as like an element here, like somebody who can play, make somebody get that explosiveness, somebody can run on jet sweeps and whatnot. Because I mentioned him or McCole Hardman as somebody that we could have used last week. And we'll see what happens throughout the rest of the week. If he's back, it'll be a great plus. Now, the thing that concerns me with Tony is, he's been having these nagging hamstring injuries ever since he's gotten into the league. And that's something we got to monitor. So Reese, man, do you have those same concerns about Tony as far as his hamstring?
Yeah, man. Shoot, playing ball, man. Coming up, man. Them hamstrings will nag you. Like you really just never know. You'll feel like them joints is ready to go, and then you'll try. So you kind of that you got. I feel like Andy Reid will probably do with Tony like he did with the rest of people coming off injury, kind of like with Juju, kind of ease them in. And really long, if I'm him, if I can get past with just using them in the red zone, I'll hold him for that and just have a red zone package for him. Because the way like him and Miko can stretch it horizontally, where defense have to shift to go along with that, you seen like we was kind of up top in red zone scoring until we lost that type of like between McCole, Kadarius, and Clyde.
hmm
Surprisingly, since we lost those three, our red zone offense has went down.
Yeah, I know right now, ever since those guys went out the line, we went down to 23rd. And for those
We
guys,
was first, right?
we was
Yeah.
third.
Yeah.
Yeah. We was third.
Yeah, we was third.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's still a big drop. Shit.
Yeah. So yeah, they definitely missed. And I've seen that fans starting to come around on McCole too. Speaking of McCole, fans are starting to come around McCole, and McCole, he's starting to, I guess, prove his worth. From that aspect. You know what I mean? His presence not being there, I mean, it's caused our red zone offense to be lacking. Like, we're not finishing drives like how we was.
I think McColl's like one of those things, like, you don't really notice what he brings until it's not there. Defense have to respect when you got somebody to run a 4-2. Defense have no choice but to respect it in a certain regard. So he never developed into the every down, total route tree receiver that everybody was expecting. And that was bad expectations got set on him from jump, but that's a whole nother story. But like when he's not there now, you notice it because defense ain't got to respect nobody else's speed like that. I mean, MVS got the speed, take him a little bit to get there, but then he probably had dropped it once or twice. But yeah, right. I think Hardman's presence kind of be welcome back, man.
Hey, Reese, and I think go ahead, Colin. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was about to say also, I feel like with Chuck's point, we all missing McCole, especially because of the red zone, but also because we finally start seeing them use them the right way. So now it's like, that's how we want you to use them. Then he got hurt. So
we found out we needed him at punt returner too.
Yeah,
for sure.
I would think though, with them being out, like we were going to utilize our tight ends more. Like I'm still waiting to see more from Fortson in the red zone. I'm still waiting to see more from Gray, and I just feel like we aren't utilizing the running game in the red zone either. So yeah, well, I really miss McCole. I definitely think he's a game changer down there. Like there's just so many possibilities, and we're not utilizing any of them. What's up,
Tali? I know you said you want us to run the ball more in the red zone, but I know you don't want to hear this, but Melvin Gordon would be perfect for that.
I didn't say I didn't want to hear that.
I'm just saying. I think he would be perfect for that right there. I know Chuck don't want to hear it too, but I'm just saying.
He's a good short yardage back. If you can't give Melvin Gordon nothing else, he can get those yardage down there. As long as he take the ball with him into the end zone, we'll be all right.
That's a whole nother question.
And new coaching staff, new team. He might have better.
I mean, but if you're really honest, like if you look at the years, Ronald Jones and Melvin Gordon fumbling is right in the same category. Like Ronald Jones put that pill on the ground too. So
yeah, he was, but not at this rate. I mean, he wasn't this bad putting on the pill. I mean, he had his moments.
This is a bad year for Melvin normally averaged like around about 3 fumbles a year, and he's at 5 already this year. So this is kind of one sometimes it just comes to a height.
Because I think last time I checked, Melvin Gordon was fumbling like once every 38 carries this season.
I mean, maybe he just wanted out of it. He's like, man, if I drop the ball, maybe they'll let me. Maybe they'll get me out this terrible team.
Right.
Hey, and another thing Denver fans were saying is it's not even that Melvin Gordon is fumbling a lot. He's fumbling with the game on the line. That's the scary thing.
Fumbling.
Yeah. It's like, whoa. Don't. All you got to do is run the clock out. He's fumbling. Like, that's what we don't need. We don't need that.
No. Well, and let's be honest, we've turned the ball over like what? 7 games this year, 8 games this year.
Too much.
Too many times. I think there's only been like 3 games we haven't had a turnover. So definitely don't want to add that.
I think like 2 episodes ago, you and Chuck was just talking about how we need to get back on the other end of being on the positive on the turnover ratio. So yeah, that still haven't happened. It don't seem like.
Yeah, no, we know what's happening on the other side of the ball.
I seen a stat the other day that said it was Tyrann Mathieu and Dan Sorensen caused 8 turnovers last year. Justin Reed and Thorhill only have caused 2.
I saw that same thing, Reese, and I was so painful to read that. I was like, oh, it was like a gut punch. I was like, really?
Now we could compare it to what they gave up, and it might even out once we can compare it to what Sorensen gave up. It might even out, but
yeah. But you know what's crazy though about Sorensen? Just to compare our safeties real quick. There's a wild stat regarding our safeties this year. Reed and Thorhill combined to cause 1 turnover, and Tyrann and Sorensen combined for 8 turnovers for us last season. Now I'm not gonna put too much stock into that, but that's not good. That's not good. I mean, I don't like. Part of it could be pass rush at times. Part of it could be Spags' scheme, but I don't know. There's something to that, man.
Now, granted, Tyrann Mathieu and Sorensen were used in a much different way than what we see with Thornhill and Reed.
Yeah.
You know, that definitely because Sorensen was almost down in the box all the way, so around some action and stuff like that.
Right.
Thornhill is strictly normally used up top, just trying to erase something big from happening. So, but your free safety supposed to go make some plays. He's supposed to go get that rock, and that ain't happened. But
I know
we got a lot of opportunities, much as teams have to pass.
I was highly critical of Honey Badger, and I never thought at one point in this season that I would say, damn, I wonder if we would. I know, right? I didn't even think I would even go in that direction this year, Kylie. So you already know that's.
I ain't went that bad.
I know I'm not there yet. Don't do it.
I ain't there yet.
Okay, all right.
Just to
I ain't pulling out the driveway
I might be there.
Yeah, but but you make a great point, Reese. They are using the safeties differently this year for sure. Because like when Tyrann was here, he was basically a Swiss Army knife. Like you can line him up in the slot. You can line him up, to have him blitz. Show blitz, drop back. He did all kinds of things, and like you mentioned, Sorensen was in the box a lot. But I do want to transition to what Spags said today in his press conference. He was talking about the loss, to the Bengals. He was saying how Joe Burrow beat his scheme with like his brain, arms, and feet, and he takes the blame for brain fart. The brain part, not brain fart. I mean brain part.
Brain fart.
You're right.
That's what it looked like our defense had. So
right. And then he said arm and feet is on us as a defensive unit. So like, here's the thing, man. Like, there's 3 matchups we have the Bengals. We lost all of them, all 3 points. But Joe Burrow is completed like 72% of his passes against us, putting up gaudy numbers like 9 touchdowns to 1 interception. Like, are we getting to the point where Spags scheme might be a little outdated at this point, or is it more so on the players just not executing?
Reese, go ahead.
I'm gonna say it's a little bit of both. I mean, you got to look at it. Like a coach can only put players in the right position, and then the play has to be made. Looking at Pro Football Focus, and you always take their stuff with a grain of salt in a way, but they had the Chiefs down for missing 13 tackles Sunday. Ooh. 3 by Snead, 2 and then 2 by Harris, 2 by Gay, 2 by Bolton. So our whole linebacking crew. Then 2 by Reed and 2 by Thornhill. So everybody that's supposed to erase the big plays from happening is missing tackles. So you can't blame 14 or 13 missed tackles on a defensive coordinator. Like definitely if you look at that play that Chase had, where it's 3rd and 7, they throw this bubble screen. We got 4 Chiefs around them.
Come on, Juan.
Like, yeah, and Juan dives at him like he's trying to pick flowers out the grass, man. Just dives at the ground. Like, man, what are we doing?
On, man.
Juan, like, go in there, make a tackle. Like, how does 2 receivers block 4 people? And like Chase is good. I ain't knocking like Chase creates, can create, but nah, like that you can't put that on Spags.
Yeah, he didn't have to work hard on that, bro.
I mean,
nah, he didn't for real. Just one moving right up the sideline, and Juan Troy was down and trying to tie his shoes.
Yep, and Juan made a lot of critical mistakes yesterday, man. I mean, not yesterday, but last game. Especially when Chris Evans scored that touchdown. He ran a shallow cross, and Juan was supposed to come down and cut that off. But he didn't. Yep. Like, he just stayed over to that side, to the right side. He never even came over nothing. Like, everything was, like, it was just wide open. Like, nobody was around Chris Evans. It was an easy walk-in, bro.
So, man, I mean, I guess, like, Spags can do some things different. I think he could disguise stuff a little bit different. But this year, I think, that's kind of hard. Like, he has to go a little bit more basic than what he was doing when you got to because, despite how Tyrann Mathieu played last year, he's smart. So you can do a little bit more with him than you can do definitely when you got, 4 rookies? When you're dealing with 3 rookie corners and a rookie safety that's getting a lot of playing time. like you got to go vanilla on a little stuff to make sure, that you keeping them in the best position possible. So, I mean,
Well,
stuff like the last play of the game on that slant, like I don't think you can play better coverage than that. Like that, the linebacker, the safety has to come down and help erase that slant on that. Like, so I mean, Williams can't get in no better position than what he played it. So I think like Spags can do a little better because you kind of know what you're gonna get on Spags. You're gonna get an all-out blitz at one time with man up, and they're gonna take that deep route, try to throw it back shoulder on your corners. Like he does it so much, you kind of know when it's coming. And then when you expect him to do it, like he don't do it, and you're like, man, Spags, why you didn't blitz right there, man? Like this was the time. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Well,
It's a little bit of both.
let me ask you this. So I think we brought this up at the beginning of the season, but how far do the Chiefs need to get this season for Spags not to be in the hot seat? Do we think he's in the hot seat after how they drafted last year? Okay.
Y'all must have forgot about Bob Sutton.
No. I'm not saying to go back to Bob Sutton.
No. I'm saying we begged for him to get fired.
Right.
Like we did everything we could for him to get fired, and they still respectfully, it was a mutual agreement.
Oh, right.
I think when you get the type of play, when you get the type of play that you got out of our rookies, you're gonna give the defensive coordinator some time with them. Because you fire them, and then you basically making these rookies kind of feel like another rookie season because you're changing the scheme on them. They're gonna probably give them some time to develop these rookies. I mean, at the end of the day, he got to get some athletes on that edge. Like when you ain't got no pass rush and no consistent pass rush. When your bet, shout out to Chris Jones, one of the best defensive tackles. But when you ain't got no consistent pass rush coming off the edge, it's gonna be tough. Because Jones break through, make the quarterback scramble and get out, and ain't nothing waiting on him. Karlaftis has done well, with what he's doing. He gets pressure, but he's just kind of that bull. He's that motor. He ain't that quick guy that's gonna beat a offensive tackle as soon as that ball is hiked. Like what you seen from Frank Clark, Super Bowl year in the end, where you can just beat that offensive tackle right off the snap. We don't got that right now, and that's just if you don't get no pass rush, you start up front.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you this, Maurice. Since you mentioned about the defensive ends, somebody made a comment earlier today saying that our defensive ends might be a little too tall as far as like being able to get off the line and get that pass rush. You know what I mean? Being able to beat that guy on the outside. Like, do you think there's some truth to that? Or
I mean, average defensive end, you're gonna be looking at a 6'4", 6'5", like that's average. You start talking 6'3" and 6'2", you looking at some defensive line being considered short. Only short one you really see that has any type of good stuff really happening is Aaron Donald. Like everybody else, it ain't all in the height, it's in them hips. Like, can they bend? We ain't got no defensive end that got no bend when they coming around where they can duck underneath them arms and like Frank Clark, he's great at setting the edge against the run. You don't see too many runs get out of his side, but getting around, like, I don't think the height has nothing to do with it. Carlos Dunlap been that tall his whole career and has had a very successful career.
And my fault to cut you off, Reese. And Spags has always had tall D ends in the system forever. So we've been seeing OC do it and Tuck do it, and so we know it can work with
gotta
tall.
be a good 6'5".
Strahan.
Yeah, like Tuck, the other guy who almost blew his fingers off, JPP. Yeah. He tall, like he's always have that.
Yep.
They just not athletic is what you need him to be. He got to go out there and find some athletic defensive ends. Yeah, I think Karlaftis is a good defensive end. He's going to be a solid defensive end for us for some years. But you put him on the side with the pressure he getting, you put somebody from the other side that can beat it quick, then you got a nice little tandem. Think Lee and Jared Allen. Like when you got them like that type, you're going to get Karlaftis that's more like a Jared Allen type. And if you can get somebody that's just relentless with some speed like Lee, with Chris Jones coming up that middle, they will be solid.
Right. That's all they missing, really. Like, I read an article about how the Broncos, not the Broncos, but the Bengals, they basically double team Chris Jones for majority of the game, and just
he was getting beat up. They was sending everything they could at him.
Right, and just daring somebody else on the Chiefs defensive line to beat them, and we couldn't do that. So I mean, that was great game planning on their part. So we definitely just need that defensive end that's gonna be able to get to the quarterback consistently, you know. But I do like how George Karlaftis is coming along though. Like if you look at all the pass rushers that got drafted ahead of him, I mean, they haven't really made noise like that either. Like Trayvon Walker, I ain't really heard much from him this year. Aiden Hutchinson, he had his moments, but you know, I mean, they pretty much all in the same boat, you know.
Yep.
So, and
Yeah,
then
and that don't really separate themselves. I'm very solid. I'm very happy with the production we seen for Kalopis. Do you wish the sack numbers was higher? Yeah, but that ain't all in his control either. Like he's flushed that quarterback a few times, and just ain't got there. As a rookie, you know, you hope he learn a little bit more second season, be able to get there a little bit more, get a little bit more technique.
Yep.
Yeah,
About
and I think
time.
now, what up, country?
About
I
time.
apologize. I'm sorry. You know my internet is always off. What's up, Reese?
What's up with it, bro?
Man,
You can
same
definitely
old.
use that excuse.
We know you're not lying.
Yeah, public service announcement. I do not support AT&T internet. Google or Spectrum, if y'all want to call me, my number is 816-555.
Get that good old Google Fiber, man.
Yeah,
Got to, man.
Great, bro. This is ridiculous.
So real quick, back to the D line, because didn't we just bring up Brandon Williams?
Thank
No.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So I mean, what are we feeling about that, and how do we think he'll contribute right away, Maurice?
I would say, I think he's gonna do well right away because I think that's what we've been like. Think of like Mike Purnell when we brought him in.
Good
You
point.
know, somebody that can take up two bodies in that inside to stuff that run. Because that's really been the problem kind of with our run defense is that if you let the guard in the center climb to the next level to get his hands off on the linebacker, it's always going to be 4 or 5 yards there every time. And Saunders has had a hell of a season. Like he's definitely got much better, definitely in pass rush, but he doesn't have a big stout body against the run. To me, Nadi has taken a couple of steps back. Like from what he was normally that body that was holding people up and keeping the linebackers clean, and he really hasn't been that. And as much as I love Nick Bolton for what he does, and he's a very good linebacker, I don't think he sheds blocks well. So if he's able to be clean and come downhill and do his thing, he looks great. But once one of them guards or center get them hands on that boy, erasing them out the play. You know, and he's tackling that 5 yards down the field. So his numbers is still looking good, but the impact ain't where it needs to be. So I think bringing him up is going to do some tremendous stuff for us on the early downs.
Yeah, I agree. I think he can definitely be a major contributor, you know, down the stretch. And, you know, like I mentioned on the show before, I mean, we picked up somebody that was on the Baltimore Ravens that was starting on the back end of his career and, you know, got a Super Bowl ring out of it. So who knows?
That dude is massive, man. That's a big dude, man. Like I'm not fighting nobody that size, man. That's a nice size guy, man.
But what I want to know is how come it didn't work? How come it didn't work out with Danny Shelton? Like,
I mean, he was a nice size guy, but he didn't it wasn't no nice in shape size. It was just like it was like it might take a couple bodies to block you, but man, you ain't beating nothing either. Like you just taking up space. Like he just didn't look like he had no athletic stuff going.
Shelton's still on the what's the name, right? He's still on the practice squad, right?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
But you know, I think Brandon Williams is an upgrade anyway.
Oh, definitely. And he know the system, so it shouldn't be that.
Yep.
And you putting him next to Chris Jones?
That should help Chris Jones out a lot because he didn't get no help.
You're probably gonna see Chris Jones draw the double team on pass downs, but they're gonna have to double up him or the other guy like on the rundown. I guarantee it. And then Chris Jones can just have his way
with that quick first step. Yeah, we should see him getting some stops in the backfield this week.
So Brandon Williams can improve Chris Jones, Nick Bolton, Willie Gay, and the edges. Just that one person, if he do his job, that affects everybody else on the line. It might be a completely different line.
Yeah, he better not look that strong and not be moving nobody out the way.
Yeah, that's a fact.
bro.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Real talk.
I want to
You
see him
can't be
talk
the
some
Red
stuff.
Hulk and you can't be the Red Hulk and come looking like the Black Widow. Like,
Right.
two different things.
Exactly.
Man, I missed the whole McCall conversation. I hate that. You know, number one right here.
All right, I mean, go and say what you had to say about McCall.
No. I'm just. It's gonna be a lot of told you so's, but I'll get mine off when I get mine off.
It's going. Hey, if McCall come back and do his thing, and I already admitted it on this podcast, I think we miss him. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't on the McCall ship. I was like, get him out of here.
It's not too many people on this train with me. This train is empty. We ain't got a lot of cars on this train.
What exactly is the train, though, country? Like you trying to? Because I think McCall, we miss him.
See,
I think
he was on the ship.
I think he's doing good this year, but I'm still not like I'm about to re-sign him after the offseason or nothing like that. We're not on that.
For the right price.
You would? Okay. All right.
Yeah, for the right price.
For the right, get that for the right price. If they start offering him like that Christian Kirk money that he got off season,
what's the right price?
Yeah.
What's the right price?
Just throw something out there.
What is the right price? I'm trying to
12
think.
to 15.
Say that again.
12 to 15.
I think around that mark. It'd have to be because the wide receiver market is so trash.
That's the market right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna. I don't know. Hey, they gave Christian Kirk 17.
McCall is not a better receiver than Christian Kirk.
He's not.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously.
I think he impact this offense way more than Christian Kirk do.
Whatever we got MVS, he has to get a little less than that.
MVS. I'm on the island on that one.
No, you not, country. Because y'all was on my heels all year about that. No,
you was right about that. I apologize.
He's right. MVS, you got
MVS. And this is what hurt me about MVS. He finally caught the ball, and then Pat was like, "All right, we ain't running no more because he can catch." And it wasn't the time. We should have kept running the ball. I think that one completed pass ruined the game.
MVS has been the same guy his whole career. Like even when you watch him with Green Bay, he's gonna make some big plays, and he's gonna be like, "Hey, all right, MVS, come on." Then he's gonna drop that big one too, and he makes the harder play. Like the easy plays is just like, come on, bro. Like
remind me.
People look at those numbers, they're gonna be like 2 catches, 71 yards. They're gonna be like, "Oh, that's a good game for MVS." Let's talk about the 2 drops and the other 5 targets.
Right.
Like 7 targets that he didn't pull in.
He reminded me of a tight end we used to have back in the day.
The Demetrius Harris Award, respectively.
You already know who I'm talking about.
I was about to say that.
I know, and shout out to the guy, but Debo used to do the same thing.
Facts.
He catch the hard one, but that easy one, he just.
You throw a question at the Debo, that mug is hitting the turf.
I think the only receiver I'm willing to keep is Juju, and the price still got to be right. I think Juju our toughest receiver. I love that. But that injury concern, I don't know how much I want to just spend on Juju. But he's the only receiver free agent that I would consider keeping.
Yeah.
He's going to be the only free agent out there that's hilarious. He's going to be the number 1 receiver free agent unless some cuts happen.
You said Juju is?
The receiver free agent market this year. This offseason is trash. Juju might be number 1 and Hardman might be number 2. That's how bad the free agents
are. Oh man,
that's how bad it is.
I ain't seen it, so I'm gonna try to pull that up. Damn.
And
it's bad,
if
man.
you want a left tackle, we.
Oh God.
Country, I ain't heard you say how much that is now.
Conklin might be the best free agent left tackle out there.
Boogie.
I want to hear where we at. Where we at? Because we was keeping track every week. We had 20 minutes. We had 18 this week. Where exactly are you at now, country? Respectfully.
17.5. I'm like Jeezy with him.
You said that because of Jeezy. You had Jeezy on your mind when you said that.
No, bro, that's 17.5 right now. He ain't nowhere close to that 20. This is what he's been showing me, and this is why I'm comfortable moving on. He's going to slow pace himself for the first 8 games, the first 8 weeks. Then he's going to show the improvement that we've been wanting, but he's still got a problem with speed rushers. Mm-hmm. and I can't afford to sit 8 weeks while you get in shape or you get it together. Right? We can't afford that, bro. We're just not in this window. So
That's real.
if you can find a left tackle young, if we have to replace him with Jack Conklin, or because that's probably like the best option out there on free agency, like if we have to do that, or
for tackles, I think he'll be on his second
I wouldn't
franchise
even
tag.
want to franchise tag him, Kyle. I'm pretty much over the experiment right
Can
now.
we do a quick? Everybody, tell me what y'all doing with him next year, real quick. Everybody.
My thing is this for Orlando.
Conklin a rag tackle too, yeah.
My thing with Orlando is this. Since the free agency market it doesn't look promising for left tackles, man. I mean, we may have no choice but to keep him another year. But at the same time, I would draft a left tackle, try to develop him.
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
You don't got no choice.
Yep.
You ain't got no choice.
Yep.
So y'all both. I'm just making sure. Chuck and Kylie is saying draft a left tackle in the first round, correct?
I don't know about the first round. Probably.
It depends on who's there. That's all I'm gonna say on
and
first couple rounds.
And then franchise tag Orlando.
He gonna get franchise tag again.
Yep.
And then we'll probably draft a tackle somewhere in that second or third round and bring him and train them up behind him. Because you ain't gonna find nothing better right now on free agency. And unless you're trying to give up a lot of capital to trade up into that first round and get a top left tackle, you just don't have you can't take that chance. So y'all need to get it set in y'all mind right now that Orlando Brown is our left tackle in 2023. Like that's who it is.
Yeah, I think you don't have no other option. You know, it's really no other choice.
Easier option though would be to shore up that right side. You shore up that right side, then you can leave a little running back, tight end, and give him some help. But when you got both tackles struggling, it's hard to say where I want to get some help from. It'll be easier to shore up that right tackle spot because Nang might come back and be able to be cool there, and you ain't got to focus there. Or it's always easier to develop a right tackle in the NFL than it is a left tackle.
I actually want to see Lucas Niang starting Sunday.
I was about to get into that. I'm about to say, is it time for Niang to
get out?
It can't get no worse. That's
Wiley does what he's supposed to do. He's a super backup. He should not be started. I can't. What you mean?
We got to get rid of Wiley. I can't. And also,
we don't even be a backup.
No, it's just I can't even watch on Sundays.
Yeah.
I mean, is there a scenario here where we could trade for a left tackle? We do have how many picks do we have? Like 10 picks.
I mean, but really,
Tunsil's not
what smart team is letting a premier left tackle go for
the Ravens did it.
Right.
But he was a right tackle.
Stanley for some chips.
But he was a right tackle when we traded for him. So
yeah,
I can get it.
I don't see nobody just letting go of a premier left tackle that they think can, unless they just tanking or something. They we got this premier left tackle, but we ain't even got no franchise quarterback that we need a premier left tackle. Let's go get some picks. Left tackle is almost like the next important position to quarterback. People ain't just like, hey, here you go.
Can we go with dependable?
Yeah.
Let's go down from what's after Premier? What's below Premier?
Brown is you don't think Brown is dependable?
No. Because the problem is I like Orlando Brown as a person, as I think he's a cool player too, but it's just not that. I think maybe Pat can talk him into going to the right side. Can we talk him into going to the right side?
I would love it. I would love it.
Can I talk you into taking
a career at the right tackle?
Can I talk y'all into taking a pay cut at your job and taking another position?
If I'm not fulfilling the position,
if it's what job.
So
I can't for the team.
You either not have a job or you do this.
He taking a pay cut either way because the way he been playing.
He go to right tackle. Right. He ain't getting paid like that. Right tackles and left tackles. It's a big difference in pay.
But what if we would have paid him in this offseason? In the offseason, what if we would have paid him? Can you imagine? And this is how he was playing right now.
But how they had that contract, it wouldn't have been that bad. Exactly. Yep.
That's why the
So-
Chiefs offered that type of thing they got, where it was really just a 2-year deal. That's why he didn't want to sign it.
I was just going to say we could have got out. It was just a
backloaded.
franchise tag.
Yeah, that contract was backloaded for the Chiefs to be able to get out of it after 2 years, and he knew that.
Mhm.
That's why they gave him that good guarantee money up the first year, which would have been this year, and then next year, and then the rest of that they could have walked away after that. He was like, he knew that too. That's why he was like, man, I don't want to sign that. They just made the language make him sound like he was going to be a top left tackle, but he wasn't really about to get top left tackle money when you break it down.
And I think Brett Veach is not putting his anchor on anybody that he is not 1,000% confident in.
Yep.
Because when Andy Reid ain't got forever, let's be honest here. When Andy Reid go, Brett Veach got to keep his job too, and I'm sure he's trying to keep his job too. So I'm not sinking my anchor into nobody that I'm not 1,000% confident in, and I don't think he's 1,000% confident in Orlando Brown.
He
I
shouldn't
don't think
be.
he's 1,000% confident in MVS. The way these contracts are structured, I don't think he's confident in a lot of
We
these
can get out of
guys.
MVS. We'll take a little hit this year if we walked away from MVS, but it's doable if we wanted to.
It's
Hey, it
definitely
ain't that
doable.
big of a hit. He gone.
Yeah.
Right.
It
Right.
ain't that big.
If Tony and Justin Ross can be healthy,
Who?
Justin Ross, the one from IR, if he come back,
Reese, don't do that, Reese.
Yeah,
Reese,
Boogie doesn't want to hear it. Boogie doesn't
Reese.
want to hear it.
Y'all
Reese.
are putting I'm with Boogie. Y'all putting a lot
Reese.
of pressure on Justin Ross to be
I respect your opinion, Reese,
Justin
but
Hopkins or something.
this dude has had too many major injuries for us to even bank on him making the team next year.
I will say that I agree with you. I ain't
Serious
banking on it.
injuries.
It's a big if. But if he somehow took this year off, because the type of treatment he was getting in college versus NFL doctors is different.
Yeah, true that.
Facts.
And
That year
Burkholder is
off,
one of the best in the league.
yeah, that year off could do him some justice. If he could come back, and he ain't even got to be what he was in college. If he can be part of that, he could be a solid number 2 receiver. We don't need him to come in and be a number 1. We can still go find that.
But
I think
Reese
he can
is,
be 2 or 3.
like my man Kyle said, it also just ain't the foot. It's the neck. It's the, the back. The
Yeah.
my neck and my back.
Like it's one good hit away.
Hey, bro, he like what's the crackhead on Friday? My neck and my back, bro.
He's out.
He's there.
Yeah.
I would invest a little bit in Brian Edwards. I would be curious to see what he got. He's not gonna cost a lot, but I still don't think that's a top guy. So Sky's coming along. Shout out to Stephen Smith Sr. I think his vote of confidence for Sky Moore, I think that's big for Sky Moore. Take that to heart and just keep betting, getting better. We do not want to see you return punts, bro. You was put in a bad situation. It's all good, baby. We still love you. What you doing on offense is what we want to see more. And since George Pickens ain't happy, he can come on over too.
He's still on the George Pickens. We still on George Pickens. Dog.
I just want him on the team. I think it'll happen 5 years from now.
Yeah, we'll see about that, man. But
y'all never let me answer my question though. I think what they miss, and this goes for Tony too. I think the speed and the athleticism that McCole and Tony bring to the team, I think it's been missed. As much as, and I just said I love Sky. As much as I love Sky, Sky is not the end around guy. He's not that jet sweep guy. He's not fast enough for it. It just looks slow.
He Julian Edelman. He not.
It look like a BMW 300 and McCall is a 745. It's a difference. It's a difference between a 300 and a Phantom. You feel me? So not that he's bad at it. He's just a little slower with it. Because I think with them blocks that Sky got, he should have got way closer than he got on that end around. But
yeah,
I think they missed that speed, bro.
Agility guy in short space. He got a little wiggle to him in space. Yeah. In short spaces to break tackles, but he ain't beating nobody around no corner.
Facts. Not to say that he's a bad wide receiver because he coming along. He really is coming along.
Oh yeah. I just think they need to let him play.
Yeah. Right. Please. Thank you.
Did he get any? He had one catch versus Cincinnati.
Yeah,
he didn't have none against Cincinnati.
He didn't have no catches.
No catches, only one target.
That's bad.
man.
Can we get some consistency with that, man? Like me and Kylie come on here every episode, man.
He's giving us enough. He's giving us enough for us to be like, he need 2 to 3 catches, 5 targets a game. I think he's proven enough to get that. That's small.
How many targets MVS just had? 5 or 6?
Well, shoot, he had 7 on the same play. They ran the same play 3 times in a row.
And drops half of them. He drops half of them.
And we can't two catches on 7 targets.
Ooh,
oh
man, we can't get Scott. Come on, bro.
Hey, he's not a hands catcher. He's a body catcher. Is that what's hurting him the most?
It made it hit him right in his hands. I mean, I don't know what
in the end zone.
Like I don't know. Like, 'cause I watched him when he was at Green Bay. And I can't put my hands on. Like, he make the hard catches, like stuff that he ain't supposed to be like, oh wow, great catch. Then he be wide open and drop it.
Kyle. Scott,
nasty work. Nasty work.
Justin Watson have any catches?
Nasty work, man.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Like 1 catch.
Yeah,
our wide receivers didn't get too much work. I mean, because you got to think Pat only completed like 17, 18 passes that game.
Oof.
Yeah.
16.
No.
It wasn't like
hey, pull up Hefe comment, though. Pull up Hefe comment, bro. Hefe's a fool, man. He said we were 5 steps. Hey, man, you know, I rock with Drew Hill heavily, bro. For real, that's my group.
Hey, who don't? You
There's a couple of fools out there. I think Boogie a jagged edge type person.
No. I got Drew Hill, man.
Okay. I was about to say,
do we have to pick?
Don't do me like that. Don't do that.
I was about to say, because Drew Hill will wash him in the verses.
Hold up. Do we have to pick?
And 112 at the same time.
112, yeah, peaches and cream.
Yeah, Drew.
Yeah, get 112 out of here. 112.
Cisco will wash them. Cisco will wash both of them. No,
anyway.
What's up with the Broncos, man?
Let's
get to the Broncos.
Let's transition, man. This Broncos team is offensively. My goodness, let me tell you something.
Trash.
They are dead last in points per game. They only average 13.8 points per game, and they invested all that bread in Russell Wilson, dog.
Was this 1980? How many points a game?
No, this 63. This for black people. This for black people could play.
I think it was something that came out and said if the Broncos average 18 points a game, that they would be like 9-2.
I seen that.
They scored 9 points. They done scored 9 points twice in a game.
Yeah, it's that bad. Like, how many times they scored 20 points? Like once, maybe twice. Once.
Yeah,
that's awful.
I heard Charger dog talking about it today.
Oh my goodness, that's terrible, dog. And like, and the sad part is, they defense has been solid. Like, they defense is like second in points given up. They only giving up 17 points per game. So like, the Broncos defense has been solid still. You know, even though it's a new defense coordinator and all that, they trade away Bradley Chubb. They still been solid, but that offense is hurting them, man. Like, but and this week they like down to Jerry Jeudy and 3 rookies at the wide receiver core. You got Gray Dolchis, who's the rookie tight end, who I think is gonna be pretty good. But then, like, the running back situation, they lost Devontae early in the year, you know, and they cut Melvin Gordon. So they down to Latavius Murray and Mike Boone.
And Marlon Mack, stuff like come on, bro. This tryouts, man.
We're going to come out and struggle with them the first half. Watch.
You know it.
Oh, yeah.
You know it. You know it.
Hey, listen.
You already know.
You know how these divisional games go. You know how these divisional games go, man. It's some weird stuff be going on at times, even if it's an inferior opponent in the division.
Do not panic, fans. They gonna come out. It's gonna look rough at first.
Yeah, it's gonna look rough.
But I think they had the opportunity to break Denver, though. If they put a 30 on Denver, they might be able to break Denver, and Denver be like,
break them.
That's it for the season.
I'm
talking about the defense. The defense still playing with pride.
Remember the D lineman
got a little pride and a little heart in him.
D lineman came off the field. He cussing at Russell Wilson, man.
I love
tired,
that.
man. They tired, man.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You
That's
put
a fact,
30 up
Levi.
on them, that might break them all the way down.
That's a fact. If we give up 2 touchdowns, we count this. It's an asterisk on this win. I don't care if we win.
Get the asterisk ready.
Come on, bro.
Oh no.
Oh,
I don't know. There is a part of me that thinks that they're going to come out like all pistols firing because of how that last game went with Cincy.
Yeah.
That maybe they're just going to come out really ready to play.
How they should have came out against them.
Be ready to play.
Well, yeah, but they didn't, and now they're going to try and overcorrect here and make up for it.
Yeah, 87 gonna want 100. 87 gonna want 100.
I think so. He's super
pissed.
He
gonna have to work to get it.
He gonna have to work.
Like my boy Price, he had put up some stats about how Denver's been holding tight ends. I don't think they have had a tight end over 50 yards all season.
He only need 30 to get to 1,000, right? 10,000. What do you need to get to 10,000?
Yeah, he's currently at
like 30 or something like that. He ain't far off.
Yeah,
you need 38. You need 38 more yards to get to another 1,000-yard season on the year.
He should get that. He gonna get that.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if he don't.
But my thing with the Broncos tight ends is this. I mean, last game they went up against Mark Andrews, but we saw that Lamar Jackson got hurt early in the game.
Yep.
And then I'm looking at the rest of the schedule. Like, really, tight ends been on the downside this year. And then, like,
yeah, that's true.
When they played against the Niners, George Kittle, he was out. He didn't play. So, like, I mean, the next best tight end that I see here is Gerald Everett.
Waller was hurt? Waller was hurt when they played them too, wasn't he?
Right. Waller didn't play. So, yeah.
Gerald Everett is 47 years old.
You think he's that old? I thought he's still kind of young.
He's been in the league for a long time, ain't he? Or he just got an old name?
He got an old name.
It's an old name. I said, this dude.
I'm like, 40? Who you talking about, bro?
This dude confusing Gerald Levert. Gerald Everett.
Rest in peace to Gerald Levert, man. Casanova himself.
Pop.
Goes my
hey, that song is a classic. So their defense is right. So it's not gonna be just up and down the field. Their offense. Don't let them get into no type of rhythm. Don't let Russ cook at all. And Russ ain't cooked in so long. I don't think you know how to cook no more.
You burning up the kitchen, dog. That's what's going on.
The kitchen been burnt. He done burnt down the industrial kitchen too. It ain't even no regular kitchen. He down to.
I think they come out and get and put up 10 quick on us. Like it's gonna be like 10-3.
No.
Yeah.
Kylie.
I can't. I'm gonna be honest, Reese. After last week, like I don't have the blood pressure. I need to get like
10-3. And then we're gonna go like on a 14-0 run, and go into halftime like 17-10. And then we'll come out and put out like two more touchdowns up and go like 28. And then they gonna score a touchdown late when we go to that prevent defense that Spags love to go to, and we're gonna be at 28-17.
I could see that.
I need at least a 14-point win. At
for
least.
sure.
I think we get
spread, John.
I need 14 at least.
I think the spread's only like 6.
I need to see Chad Henne in this game.
Take that.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
I need some Henne in this game.
Yeah,
but here's the thing too, is like part of me doesn't really I like it when they go up and get a lead, but then that's when we Andy lets his foot off the pedal and then we get complacent, and then that's when games end up really close. It's when we start close and then spread's 9. It's when we start close and then we take off. It's a little more comfortable. So I guess that's fine. They can go up 7. How about that? Not 10, Reese.
I didn't see it. Oh, Justin Reed did press today?
No, he practiced, but they asked him something else about that comment. He was like, "Well, we're just gonna move on to the Broncos game." And his looked like he had just got in. You know how when your mama get out and then she just tell you go ahead and go into school after your mama yelled at you in the car, and you got to get out the car and walk into school with that sad face. That's how he looked like he had just got out. He had just got off punishment.
I took a lot of flack for this, but let me explain. I kind of like his comments because.
Oh yeah, you was getting cooked on. So
I'm riding. What you say? I'm riding with Reed. I'm riding with Justin. There you go.
I'm still riding with him. I think as a DB, they have to have that insane confidence of forgetting it and going on to the next play. I think you got to keep that attitude and that confidence. I like that he kept that confidence. Y'all beat us, but we not beat. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
So I respect that. I
respected
know it's
if
probably
came out and
wrong.
said
You
something
probably
like
shouldn't.
that.
Huh?
Like, I would have respected if he'd have came and said like, hey, y'all got us. We'll see y'all again. We're gonna get y'all next, like something like that. He came up talking about, but y'all won, but I'm still right. Like, no,
Right.
you wasn't.
Right. And here's like, I
you not see
defended
that shit
Justin.
for
I
him?
was super psyched on him and his leadership coming in. And to me, like the comment, I was a little disappointed because it was like, no, it's a team loss. Like your team lost. And I feel like that's not really being a leader going in and being like, well, I still did well. Like, but the team lost. Like,
and then we got to be 100. He didn't do well in that game either.
Right.
It wasn't like he just had a great game or something.
I'm like, you locked down Hurts because he got hurt the first quarter. If that's what you consider locking somebody down.
Samaje Perine ran him over twice, dog. And it was bad. It was bad.
But I like the mentality of everybody knew that bad kid in high school that he fought Monday, and then he was right back fighting Tuesday, and Wednesday too, he got what he needed to get. You know what I'm saying? I like that mentality of you beat us, but we're not beat. So we right here and we ready to get it on again. Now, the way he worded it was bad. The tweet was probably bad. I agree. I know I had players and all these Twitter analysts telling me how wrong I was, but I do like the mentality of you beat us, but we're not beat, and we ready to go at you again. Period.
Yeah.
Now, you don't have to agree. It's,
I just need to come out and make a statement this game.
Yes,
exactly.
That too. Now, to add on to that, Reese, you got to come out and make a statement. He need an interception. He need a glorious tackle or something.
I just want him to make a tackle. Just come out and tackle the running back in the open field.
Light somebody up. Light somebody up, dog.
You gotta light somebody up.
You can't make a statement against the Broncos when you're talking shit about the Bengals. It's not gonna be the same for me. You got to do this against a good team. You go beat up on the Broncos. I'm not about to be like, did you see Justin Reed this week? Did you? No. We supposed to win this game. I want you to do this against elite quarterbacks. We haven't did that shit.
I'm gonna be happy if he come out and make one. Simply like, you didn't do it against the big dog, but sometimes when Big Brother like if you the middle kid and Big Brother beat you up, now you gotta go beat up little brother, right? So just to get your confidence back. So go out here and beat up little brother and get some confidence back and and take the next 5 games. Let's beat up on little brother so we can fight the big dogs in the playoffs.
What do say in Players Club? Go do something to make me feel good.
Right.
No, but for real though, and I know I caught a lot of flack on Twitter this week, and I don't care. But I also said that Travis Kelce deserved a little blame. Like people thought he was above being blamed for things. And then Travis comes out and says exactly what I said, that I gave him one. I can't do that. I shouldn't do that. I should be smarter. But I think you can put blame on Travis Kelce because Travis Kelce has been there and done it and came back. So when I say you can blame Travis Kelce, because I know he can handle it. And he's going to have the right mentality. He came out and proved me right on New Heights. Shout out to New Heights and Homage. Y'all partnering it up. We need a little bit of that. But Travis came out and said exactly the other mentality that I like. I like what Josh Williams said. I like the mentality of what Justin Reed was trying to say. I don't like how he said it. And I love what Travis said. So everybody it was different ways they hit it, but I agree with all that. You feel me? Like I liked it all that we beat. We ready. And Travis was like, line him up
that's
again.
Travis' fault. That was Travis' fault. Like,
I was crazy for saying that.
Yeah, no. I even in the article I wrote, like that was on Travis. I put it on Travis and on Pat. Like those two, despite because and this is kind of where I go and look at it like that. Like your stars, like I can take some mistakes from other people. That's what they do. Like, but when despite the mistakes, when your stars have a chance to lock up the game, you expect them to lock up the game, and they didn't do that. That's life; it happens. They gonna mess up too sometimes. I ain't down on them, but they ain't exempt from getting some blame either.
Exactly.
Right.
Both
right.
of them. They
Both
just
of
because they done been so good don't mean we can't criticize them when they don't play right. We got to just call it even.
Right.
Kelsey, he's gonna bounce back. Like if none of us is gonna be shocked if he get 100 yards this week. Mahomes throw for 300. We're gonna come here like another day at the office, man.
And you know what we've been doing the number one
shout out
defenses
to
all
dude.
season.
I'm just saying.
Shout out
Number
to
one
dude that
defenses
said he
all
had the
season.
flu.
We get cooked by us.
Shout out to dude that said he had the flu because he clearly. I definitely need to see some energy from Travis Kelce. I didn't see a bit of energy last week. I don't know who that was. I don't know if that was Jason Kelce. I don't know if that was his pops filling in for him, or I don't know what Kelce that was, or maybe that was Travis Kelce, the Irish version of him. But I don't want to see that dude no more. Never again in life. I don't want to
That
see
was
him.
Kelce
no more.
without the beard. That was mustache
Yeah.
Kelce, man.
Yeah. He trying to get back with Kayla or something. I don't know what's going on. But I don't
Oh boy.
Is that what we gotta do? Find Caleb, man. Find Caleb. That's what we need.
It's been one game.
He fumbled again. I'm finding her. Like, hey, baby girl, he needs you.
My man Reggie said that was Trent Kelce. I don't want to see Trent Kelce. No.
Not Trent Kelce.
That was Tristan Kelce. I don't want to see him no more in life. But like Reese said, them two guys, and I would add Chris Jones in this too. I think you can blame them, and you know they're gonna come out better next week. You feel me? I think they can take that and shoulder that blame and turn it into motivation and come out better next week.
That's who's supposed to take it. That's when you sign up to be the star, you sign up to get all the glory when you win and take the blame when y'all lose. That's what part of being a star is.
Facts. Trevor Kelce.
Trevor Kelce.
Trevor Kelce.
But I want to talk about what Travis Kelce said on the New Heights episode too, in regards to being accountable for the fumble and whatnot. And this correlates to, and this is gonna transition to talking about Bengals fans in a sense, and other fan bases that's trying to seek validation or whatnot, just because they regain success again. My thing is this: Travis Kelce at the beginning of their statement said, shout out to the Cincinnati Bengals. They got me. You know what I mean? And apparently it's not enough for the Bengals fans, man. Like, they really trying to seek all this validation. I'm like, y'all just can't take the win and just move on, man. Like, he clearly said shout out to y'all. He clearly said shout out to y'all. You know, y'all got us, man. And Travis went on ahead and said, look, I should have been more accountable. I mean, it's my fault for not being accountable for myself and the guys. And he was saying, like, I got to be better in that situation, you know. And when stuff happens like that, you know, I think Jason Kelce asked him about, does he work on drills and stuff when stuff like that happens? He's like, yeah, you do some things, but you don't try to harp on it too hard because you want to continue to be the player that he's been. You know what I mean?
You don't want to be thinking too much.
Yeah. But like, Bengals fans got to really move on from this entitlement, dog. Like, just take the win and move on, man.
This is what, and we told the Bengals fan Roland, I forgot his last name, bro. Even when y'all start winning, it's not gonna get any better. Like, nobody's gonna magically just start respecting you because you won the Super Bowl. That's not how it works. Your doubters are gonna double. Then it's gonna get worse. Like, if you feel like you're not getting respect now, wait till you win the Super Bowl and they still picking Pittsburgh to win the division every year. It's not gonna get worse. Like, that's not the magic. It's not gonna fix it. So y'all never gonna be happy. They kind of Bengals fans kind of remind me of Chiefs fans. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
Oh, hold on.
I was gonna go that route.
Remember, Drewski was like, "What do you mean when you say that?"
Like, which part? Which part of Chiefs Kingdom are you talking about here?
Because we were so used to being the hunter, then we became the hunted, and we didn't know how to handle it. We don't want everybody reaching for and pointing for now, and we don't know how to handle it.
Yeah,
it's
but
like
when we first started winning, you couldn't tell us nothing either. We coming out all them losing season. We first started winning, you couldn't tell us nothing.
Exactly,
especially with Mahomes.
Yeah,
bruh, they the same way. Because I heard Bengals fans talk to Browns fans, and the same thing y'all say we do. Come on, bruh. Y'all was little brother in them all day. I heard it. I was there. Y'all do the same thing we do. Like, but we just won a Super Bowl. Y'all didn't. Anyway, Denver.
But yeah,
There we have it.
yeah, back to Denver, man.
That's it. That's all it was.
Hey, Denver's so bad. I don't even want to talk about Denver, man. I'm be honest.
know.
This is a difficult show to do.
All right,
There's
so-
nothing else to say about
You know
it.
them divisional games, man.
Man, but come on, Reese, man.
I fully expect us to win in a convincing way. But if
Me
this
too.
game come down to 3, I ain't gonna be shocked either because it's just it like we should have blew them out last year, and we needed a Melvin Ingram hit on Melvin Gordon who fumbled.
Game time.
That's right.
Look, didn't we just say in important games, in important times, right?
How about we gonna play him? Dang, somebody been saying this. I really want to give him credit, but we gonna play him close the first time and blow him out the next time.
I want to
Or if we blow him out this
I-
time, it'll be closer next time.
I want these next 5
Mhm.
games to be so easy so I can just chill going into the playoffs and I can just relax. But it ain't gonna be there.
Come on, Reese.
Me and you
Hey.
both. Me and you.
Hey, y'all
I
not
can't
new
do it.
here.
Not gonna
Y'all know
happen.
how this go. Y'all not new here.
Yeah.
Y'all know how this go.
It's gonna be a
And
fight
this is
with
why-
Seattle. It's gonna be a fight with the Raiders.
And this
Oh,
is why
for
I'm
sure.
drunk every Sunday. I
Sure.
drink because I'm anxious and nervous, and then 6 o'clock rolls around, and I'm like, "What happened?"
Oh, man.
Because losing to Cincinnati cost us that though, Kylie. Like if we would have
I
beat
know.
Cincinnati, we would have been probably able to rest starters in that last game. But I think we're gonna have to play it out. I think Patrick also might be going for 50 too. So
We're gonna have to play it out, because I mean, even if the Bills lose 1 and put us back in the driver's seat, that would still make week 17 or week 18 must win.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got to win out regardless.
Yeah.
So since we got to play, let's go for 50-5. I want that 50-5 for Pat.
Yeah. My thing is this though. Like, I feel like in this game, we may not need to score 30. Like, it may just be like the Rams
Nah.
game. It may just be like 27. We may only need to score 27 points, and that's it, dog. And here's the thing. It's been a while since we put up a 40 burger on Denver too. We haven't put up a 40 burger on Denver since that snow game in 2020. And I definitely remember watching that game because I was at a homegirl's house watching it, chilling. But anyway,
Wow, what homegirl?
I ain't about to put her name out.
Hold up.
I ain't about to put her name
Talk to
out.
us. Talk to us.
Hold on, Chuck. What we got going
I just-
on here?
What a humble brag too. Just I was at a
know.
homegirl, you know.
Yeah, I was at my homegirl house.
Don't tell on yourself, man. No indictments, man.
Yeah, he
Nah,
was at that girl. He was at that girl that blocked him house. That's who he was.
I don't get blocked. But anyway,
Oh.
You get muted though. No, I'm just playing. I have no idea.
nah, but yeah, this is a tweet from Chiefsaholic, man. Everybody knows what Chiefsaholic is, man. He put out in that crazy wolf suit, man. But this tweet is funny as hell. He said the last time the Denver Broncos defeated the Kansas City Chiefs in an NFL game was on September 17th of 2015. That's 377 weeks, or 2,639 days, or 63,336 hours, or 3,800,100 minutes, or 228,009,600 seconds since the last time the Broncos won a game against us, dog.
That was the Jamal Charles fumble, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I was at that game.
Oh, me too.
Me three.
That was a long walk to Denny's, bro. That's a long walk to Denny's.
Hey, I had to apologize to Jamal after that game because I got a little out of character. He hurt my feelings with that game, man.
Yeah, my one of our little sponsors, Wings and Things, man. He had an incredible video after that game. I've never seen somebody cut somebody out from the parking lot to the end of the park. Like, man. But actually, after that game, we retired Peyton Manning effectively. So it's been on ever since. I think they hungry, bro. So I think they might go for that 30 burger. They might go for some style points in this game.
Kyle. What a
White
fun
Claw.
fact. That's crazy. It's true. And that's normally what I'm drunk on.
What is White Claw?
No, like seltzers in general.
Yeah, the little seltzer alcoholic drinks. Yeah, those.
Yeah.
It's good.
I know we were still drinking Four Locos last time Broncos beat us, man. Come on, man. It's been a long time, man. It's been a long time, man.
My whole liver just like seized up when you
Hey,
said
thank
that.
God
You can
they don't
still
have
taste
Four
that, can't
Locos,
you?
no.
Nah,
When you say
drink
it, you can
Four
still
Loko.
taste it.
You drink Four Locos. I
Hey,
never
man.
drunk a Four Loko.
Man, I ain't messing
Never?
no Four
Y'all was
Locos.
tripping.
Hey,
Y'all
the
was
Chiefs
tripping
was
on the Four
bad for a
Loko.
minute, man. Yeah, them struggle Chiefs. We was drinking Four Locos, man. Chiefs couldn't score a touchdown, man. We didn't care, man. We was fucked up, enjoying the Chiefs as much as we could. It was hard watching them. Their offense was as bad as this Denver offense now.
You had to have fun whatever way you could in them times. It's
Hell
like,
yeah,
man.
bro. Hey, we spoiled now, man. We got Mahomes. Every game is a Mahomes game now. Back then, whew,
Yeah, it was rough.
man,
And it's
man,
tough
man.
sport because like it makes the losses hurt more because like you literally expect to win every game now.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's like I know we're not going to go 17-0, but I expect us to.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you feel. Like I know we got to lose and we're going to lose, but we should.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the beating yourself argument that I have a lot? Do you feel like the Chiefs actually get beat a lot, or do they beat themselves most?
I mean, I don't want to always say they beat themselves. I feel like I'm taking credit away from the good stuff that the other team is doing in that. So I give credit like for the teams that did what they supposed to do. But when I go back and look at all those losses, like the 3 losses we had, there was opportunities in that game that if we would have executed correctly, we would have easily won. And not just barely won. Like if Kelsey doesn't fumble, we probably driving down and going up by 2 scores at that point in the fourth
Going
quarter.
up 11 with about 2 minutes left.
Yeah, we're good. The coach game, we just didn't play good. You know, like we didn't. I think we took them lightly, and just didn't play good. We could have won the Bills game. Like so, I think if the Chiefs play ball like they know how to play, no one can beat them. But it's just sometimes when you're just so good, you lose fundamentals, you lose the regular stuff that you're supposed to take care of, and you get used to like, oh, you know what, we can get ourselves out of any situation. Oh, we down 10, cool. We down 14, that ain't nothing. We can come back. You got to get that mentality instead of just coming right out the gate and stepping on people's neck and keeping your foot on their neck.
Mhm.
And I also think Brady said it earlier this year, and we all was echoing it. The NFL product hasn't been as good this year. So you can mess around and do that to the Colts and teams like that, and it's not going to catch up to you every game. But
Right.
when you play against good teams, that's why I've been big on that. We got to beat good teams. Because in the playoffs, we're not going to be playing the Colts or the Redskins, not Redskins, respectfully, Commanders, teams like that. We're not going to be playing them type of team. We're going against elite quarterbacks. So,
Hey, Commanders been rolling though lately.
they have.
Yeah,
They
and
have.
so has Tom Brady. Remember you had that funeral for Tom Brady? Chuck?
I mean, listen, dog.
Now you want to move on. Okay.
No, I'm not moving on. Hey, I don't get offended by this, ladies, but Giselle was in the way, man. She was in the way.
Chuck! Oh,
We're gonna
man.
edit that out. We're gonna edit that
Sorry.
out. We aren't keeping that in.
And
Got
now
it.
a word
Ladies,
from our
sorry.
sponsor.
Cut to black screen.
Yo, man.
You honestly think Tom's playing better now than he did for the whole time he was married to
No.
Giselle?
Hell
Listen,
no.
Come on.
Hell no.
Not the whole time that we was married, but since he's been going through the divorce, there's a debate here. Like since the divorce been
The
final,
divorce, yeah.
since the divorce been final, it was probably just a weight lifting off of him. Like, that's over with.
Yeah, he lost about 127
She gone.
pounds.
Giselle was putting unnecessary stress on him. She might be putting unnecessary stress on him for no reason, man. I'm like, and Tom was like, "What you want me around the house for, man? Like, what you want me to do?" Like,
She want him around the house. She want him around the house because that's where he said he was gonna be.
That's his job, man.
He said, "I'm retiring after this year and I'm gonna be home." She wanted him there because that's what he said.
Hey,
like,
I told y'all. He spent that one week at home retired and was like, man, I can't do this shit, man. I can't be at home with them wife and kids, bro. I got to get back to work, man.
She really ain't as nice as I thought she was.
Clearly.
Kyle.
Man.
And you see she got her own crib with her new dude, and they
Man,
got Tom Brady in Miami.
She cooked Tom a week's worth of breakfast. He was like, man, she can't even cook. I gotta go. Who did I marry? This ain't the girl I knew. Anyway.
Tom was tired.
I love Tom Brady. And Tom Brady, when you beat the Bengals in a couple weeks, I love you.
Man,
Go.
let's go, Tom. I'm gonna be a Tom.
Right.
There you go.
Let's go, Tom.
Hey man, side note, today or this week or whatever is Kylie's anniversary. Kylie, I want to let you know that you've been an awesome addition to this show. At the time, man, we were in confusion because Chuck had got sick around the same time. So me and Boogie was like, man, I don't know what we gonna do, but we got to do this show like just me and you because Chuck is sick and Chuck is out of commission. Chuck was on IR for like 8 weeks. So
Designated to return.
Yeah. He was day to day for real. So
We happy y'all back.
Kylie came along and Kylie was supposed to be like a female point of view, a sports girl that loves football, and she'll add on a segment here, a segment there. But with Chuck getting sick, she really had to step up to the plate, and she had never done this before, and she knocked it out the park like every day since. So happy anniversary, sweetheart. You know we love you. We know that we support you. And if anybody talk crazy about Kylie, you already know our brothers is on the way. So
Hey, Kylie is a 1,000-yard receiver here, man. We all pro. We appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Kylie went from 400 followers to more followers than all of us in like 2 weeks. She is the queen of the kingdom, bro. We love her very much, and you already know how we coming. So
he did, yeah. Yeah.
Did?
Well, thank you. Yeah, he did.
Hey, that's what's up.
I just want to say on that same note, like I said it earlier, but just what an opportunity this has been to talk football with you guys and get to know you guys. And Reese, it's always great to talk to you. But I told Nick, someone finally wants to listen to me talk about football. So I'm not yammering out his ear or talking to my dog about it. So I appreciate. I'm really happy to be on here. Thank you so much for the kind words and for letting me tag along.
I wish I had them old DMs. How did I do? Was it crazy? Was I good?
No, put me on blast. Put me on blast.
For real. No, we didn't even know how much we needed you. And Chuck was like, and also to Chuck, thank God you got through that, bro. I know that was rough, and we were very, very concerned. It was like we would be reaching out for Chuck. I'd be like, Boogie, you talk to Chuck? You talk to Chuck? I'm like, nah, bro. I don't know what's going on. My boy's sick. I don't know what's going on. So it was just a blessing in disguise, both of you guys, and definitely we are happy to have both of y'all healthy and still on the show. So. I mean, that was a weird time for us, and we made it through as a team. And it was just a blessing. It was a blessing in disguise, and we glad that Chuck's still here and healthy. We got Kylie and got married and all that good stuff, and she got 12,000 followers. So,
no, Chuck, I am happy you came back and that you're healthy too. Because for a while I was like, who's this Chuck guy? I'd never seen a face. He's back though. I was like, are you making him up? No, he's here.
Yeah, we almost kicked Chuck off the show, but he the only one that got the StreamYard pass. He got the StreamYard password, so we couldn't put him on.
Anyway, but yeah, man. But yeah, Kylie, I'm definitely glad to have you on along this journey. You've definitely been a great addition to the Kingdom Kast Pod ever since you joined the board, and your popularity has grown. You know what I mean? You about to get 10,000 followers here soon, so happy for you in regards to that. Everybody loves Kylie tweets, man. Everybody looks forward to those. So.
Oh, that's really kind words.
Tell everybody go follow me, Kylie. I need some help.
I got you.
Right.
I got you. You guys, you can't tell because of my brown skin, but I'm blushing. So.
But yeah, I'm definitely grateful to still be here, though, man. Because around this time last year was very, very rough, man. Like, I was laid up in the hospital, on the bed, and stuff. You know, just hoping I'll pull through. You know, the situation I was going through. You know what I mean? Since then, you know, just been getting way better, eating healthy, and you know, just making sure I'm putting the right stuff in my body and everything, and you know, just making sure I'm good to go every day, man. So we ain't had no setbacks since I got out of the hospital. So you know, that's a blessing within itself. So
Reese
Love
looking
that.
like,
Love
man,
hearing that.
I ain't come on this show to get emotional, man. What's going
I
on?
know.
I mean, hey, listen, bro. Like that. Once you have daughters, it changes something in you. Like I used to didn't
Right.
get emotional about stuff. When you have daughters, it's like, oh, I feel something in here. Like
For real.
they soften you up, bro. Like,
Boogie don't know yet. He got them 2 boys, bro.
I
He's
wish
still
I knew,
hard out
man.
here. He's
I
still
wish I
hard out
knew.
here.
yeah, you have
Hey.
a girl, you have a daughter, boy. It's gonna leave.
Hey, I'm gonna keep shooting, man. I'm gonna get one. One day, man.
Keep shooting.
Keep shooting.
Hey, Bug, you might just be a girl dad,
This
man.
dude is crazy.
Reese,
I need that.
I mean, a boy.
We appreciate you too for coming on, hanging out
For
with
sure,
us.
Reese, we got to get you in here when we got an actual good game. I'm sorry, I liked your perspective.
Yes.
The Broncos just ass. Now, if they beat the Chiefs, I'm gonna have to eat all this. Pause, but we gotta get you back on here, bro. We gotta get you back on.
Down, bro.
Yeah,
Anytime y'all need me, man, just holler at me, man. I'm down.
Yeah.
I love
that. Hey, Reese, man. Hey, and also congratulations to Reese with the Arrowhead Pride. He was on 610 recently with B-Dub, bro. He's coming up in the world. Y'all go check him out. Check out his writings, check out his Twitter, check out everything. You know what I'm saying? And show him the same love that y'all show us. We've been trying to work for a while. It was late notice today. I appreciate you for coming through, even though I was late. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm gonna make it happen, bro. I love this, man.
Yeah.
Whenever I can help out my bros and now my sis, you know, we can make it rock, you know.
For sure.
That's love,
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But before we go, man, let's go and get to the MVPs, man. Offense, defense, you know, sleeper. So, Bug, start us off, man.
All right. I'm going to go. Let's go defense first. They banged up on that O-line, man. They got to back up left tackles, back up right tackles. We're getting a Frank Clark sack, like in practice back in the day when he used to practice against Russell Wilson. I got Frank Clark getting a sack this week. On offense, I want to say Pacheco this week because I think Broncos are going to be geared up to stop that pass. We are, like you said, they're going to be on Kelsey. Surtain is real. Surtain is real, man. I love Surtain. Simmons is real. They got a good team. I like Browning on that D-line. I think we need to run the ball so we can play action, be balanced this week. Pacheco had, 2-3 back-to-back weeks looking good. We're going to build on that against the number 2 defense. So I'm going to go with him.
Oh, well, you kind of took mine, but that's okay. I'll pivot. So I'm going to say defense. I like what I've seen from Karlaftis. I feel like he's starting to get a little better. He's starting to get home a little more. I would love it if he sacked Russell Wilson. So I'm going to go Karlaftis just to see Russell Wilson get sacked alone would be fine no matter who does it, but I'm going to go Karlaftis on defense. And then on offense, I'm going to go Kelsey. He needs a little get-right game. He's in his head, I think, a little bit more than he leads on. But I know he said he's just got to get past it. And they talk about locking up tight ends. But Kelsey's not your ordinary tight end. So I think he's going to come out and have a good game.
All right. Reese, it's on you.
I'm going to go offense for offense. I think Scott Moore has 75+ this week. And gets his first
my God.
Don't tease
Scott Moore
us.
for 75 and a touchdown. And I think Tremaine Duffy gets his first interception. So I'm going to go Tremaine Duffy on defense. I think he gets his first interception this week.
Hey, if Scott gets 75 yards, we need you on the post game, bro.
I'm there.
I'm just throwing that out there because we need that, man. Me and Kylie been begging for that. I like both
Please.
of them, man.
Yeah.
Dang, y'all stole all the good answers.
That's what happened when you kind of go last. Like everybody tries to take it.
Man, I'm like Pacheco. I was like, okay, let's go with offense. You know what, Orlando Brown, we've been hard on you, bro. It's time for you to have a good game. It's time for you to shut somebody down. No pressures, no sacks.
Let's get back to 20 million.
Yeah, let's make it to 20. Let's get to 20. We're at 17.5 for Key.
Let's get to
we
20.
at Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it up to 20. No sacks, no pressures. That'll get you up to 20, brother. On defense, I got to. I rode with him all week. I'm riding with Justin. Justin Reed, I need you to have a bounce back game. You need to be on Sports Center in a good way and not a stiff arm, because you making who got stiff arm by Henry. He took over the spot because Justin Reed might be the new guy in that promotion, right?
Yeah, that was Earl Thomas that got stiff arm a few years ago.
Was it Earl Thomas?
Yeah,
was it
that
Gilmore?
Was,
I thought it was Gilmore.
Crazy. No. It was Earl Thomas. That
I
was
remember
crazy.
Earl.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
my man
you gotta
parallel
get
with the
you gotta,
ground.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, you got to get far away from that. So we're gonna get you all the way out of there. And so I'm gonna go Orlando Brown and Justin Reed, Josh Norman. That's who it was. Shout out to Sporting Voice.
Oh yeah,
course,
yeah.
You know.
Oh,
damn, yeah, Josh Norman did get
Josh,
yeah, that was
He did.
nasty work.
He did.
Ugh.
Nasty, musty energy, like my man Two Tone said. Go ahead, Chuck.
All right. So yeah, I know a few people that said Pacheco in here, and he's a right pick because the Chiefs they definitely need to run the ball this week. Denver, I mentioned it many times. They run a wide nine set. You got a good running scheme. You definitely run on them. The Chiefs have proven they can run the ball. It's just the issue with the Chiefs is that consistency. But in the past 5 weeks or so, they've given Pacheco plenty of touches. They've gotten McKinnon involved. So I'm gonna go a little different. I'm gonna go McKinnon this time because I think McKinnon's gonna get a fair amount of touches in this one too, and I think he can do so as well. And you remember last year in this matchup, McKinnon actually played well. He had his best game in the regular season last year against Denver. So I think he can somewhat repeat that. I don't know if it's gonna be the exact same numbers, but I think he'll be a factor in this one. Defensively, man. Shoot, I'm gonna go ahead and say. Listen, man, Juan Thornhill, you got to step it up, dog. You got to step it up, bro. Last week was embarrassing, bro. I'm depending on you this week to get right, man. So I'm going to go Juan Thornhill defensively. Look, if you can't have a good game against this anemic offense, bro, then, yeah, you in trouble, dog, as far as having the future here in Kansas City. So I'm going to go Juan Thornhill defensively.
Didn't Country sign him long term already?
He was getting there.
I gotta get you back, Country, before we leave. I had to get you real fast before we left. I had to, man.
Yeah, man. Hurry up, Clyde, so we can get to that 1,200.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Nah, it ain't gonna happen. What was that thing I sent you about Pacheco? Pacheco is 70 yards away from being the top Russian rookie drafted later than the 5th or something like that. What was that stat? Don't worry about it. We'll post it on the page later.
Yeah.
Hit us with the sponsors, Chuck.
So yeah, as we expected, everybody in here is in agreement that the Chiefs they're gonna win the game. So we don't even worry about that. So let's highlight our people. Homage, real quick, man. Shout out to Homage. Country mentioned earlier that New Heights, man. They linked up with them. They got a little clothing brand right now. They got a few shirts and hoodies and whatnot out. But Homage got some other stuff too. Got the starter jackets out. You got the pullovers as well. You got the vintage crew necks going on right now. For all 32 NFL teams. Right now they also got the logo collection still. And for today's special, they got the $45 go-to fleece tops. So one of those, they got those on sale right now. So it's part of the 12 days of homage, 12 days of deals promo they got going on right now. So that's what they got for today. And as far as what they got else on the website, they got some more NBA stuff. They got the NBA hoodies going on. So it's linked up. They collab with the Grateful Dead hoodies, and they all inspired by Jerry and Company. So they got that going on right now for the fans of the association. So yeah, man. Pay homage.
I'm looking forward to Scott Moore getting 75 so we can get young Nichols back. on the
Let's
podcast
make it happen.
immediately.
Let's make it happen.
Sure.
I'm down.
That'll be
Yo,
lovely. So yeah, man. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share all your social media platforms. Until the next episode, we out. Broncos country. Go
Play
out.
some Future on Sunday, y'all.
Loud.
life is good. Life is good.
Yeah, y'all.